9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It is Timeless Elite Wednesday with your PR princess, Stone Cold Courtney, your Timeless Elite, whatever you want to call me, with you on the final Dynamite before Forbidden Door, and they are in for the first time in Scotland. First time ever, and we get to see Bryan Danielson. He will be doing guest commentary, and of course, we're seeing some of the stars from AEW. Obviously, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion Hangman Adam Page will have a lot to say right before his match against MJF for the title. We're also going to have my clients, the team of Windsor, Alex Windsor, Timeless Toni Storm, taking on Athena, and the CEO, Mercedes Moné. We're also going to have the World Tag Team title Eliminator tournament final match. Brodido, Bandito, and Brody King taking on FTR. We're also going to have a trios match with all 3 members of the Death Riders, along with JetSpeed, teaming up with Hiroshi, Tanahashi, all implications leading up. And we are going to kick off with a face-to-face between Will Osprey and Jon Moxley. I'm very curious with Bryan Danielson. I mean, I know he still has a bone to pick with the Death Riders after what they did with him at Wrestle Dream last year. And also, Tony Schiavone is going to do a sit-down interview with, I know people call it Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, but I'm still going to call them Edge and Christian. Their mama called them Edge and Christian, and I will still call them Edge and Christian. And I said what I said. But as I mentioned, we are kicking off with a face-to-face between Will Osprey and Jon Moxley ahead of their big match, the Lights Out Steel Cage match, where you have members of the Death Riders, Gabe Kidd, and the Young Bucks taking on Darby Allin, Will Osprey, the reunition of the Golden Lovers, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. So it will be a fun match, and love that we're getting the atmosphere of Forbidden Door from London, England this weekend. Just to let you know, there will be a watch along for Forbidden Door this weekend, so you do not want to miss it. And I just love seeing the crowd being electric for Will Ospreay's theme song. Yes, finally. Maybe they could go back to 10:05, because remember when Raw used to end at 11:05 and that was it? Yeah, and we're gonna hear what Will Osprey has to say. So let's hear what the aerial assassin has to say. And you can hear the fans. I will say the UK fans have so much drive and passion. Doesn't matter what wrestling promotion it is, the UK fans are just to die for. Warm reception for Will Osprey. Oh my goodness. Full of drinking in the UK. Oh my goodness. I think they're doing like the English breakfast that people eat. And I don't know why, because I've seen it on Star's socials that they got sick. Yes, Boza, it's a busy weekend. Hi, Terry M. Hi, Zach Minner. Thank you for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesday. And for joining us, kicking off with Will Osprey, where he's going to be doing a face-to-face with Jon Moxley shortly. And also we have the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, on commentary.
So grateful for every bit of support that you guys have ever given me. Thank you. You're not just people, you're my people. And it's all because of what Jon and the Death Riders did to me. When I was young, I felt invincible. I would just bounce back. I was a flipping from a ball. I was made out of rubber. I could do nothing wrong. I wasn't even human. I think we should know for once when the time said, you can own me. The first time in my life. I don't know if you feel like I'm scared. Because I know I'm going to be walking down the road, but other wrestlers have gone down before.
Well, Osprey is my legend. It's so cute.
Here's the truth for you all, and you're going to spin it and you're going to turn it into whatever you guys want to do. Last week I didn't get cleared to the forbidden door. They told me I can't wrestle in my hometown. 30 minutes from my door, they said I can't wrestle. I said, stop that, I'll take it in my own hands.
So Will Osprey decided to take it into his own hands, even though he's not cleared. So Will Osprey decided to take it into his own hands, even though he's not cleared.
This is all on me. And I know what everyone's thinking. You don't want me to die. I'm aware of the risk.
I did see a report happening that a lot of the people that are competing this weekend are really banged up. Yeah.
I'm here to prove a point that this generation is going to look after these three lads. So I'm going to be the standard for this place. And what I'm going to do is to get involved in, if there's even a small chance that I can't be Will Osprey after Sunday, then you better believe on Sunday I'm leaving everything in this ring.
It's going to be very interesting because after this, they got to come to Philly for residency next week.
And the main reason I'm doing this is because of what this place is for.
I think almost everybody wants revenge. I can imagine that match is going to end in chaos. I would not be shocked if there's shenanigans and surprises. Well, ask and you shall receive, Will Osprey, because here comes Jon Moxley, and I'm sure he's going to have the rest of the Death Riders right behind him. Obviously, he's going to have Marina Shafir. See, I know they can't work together in person, but it's a shame Will Osprey can't get his wife, Alex Windsor, in there, because I know she's got a big match this weekend because she's a part of that fatal 4-way match for the TBS title. But that would be kind of cool to see. Shout out to our producer for the future, sausage rolls. Not cleared by doctors, okay? It could be at work. I mean, it's a possibility, but I did read a report that some of them are very injured. But I feel like for this match, anything goes. Anything goes in this match, and I know possibly when we do our bold predictions, it's gonna be very interesting, but you can tell Will Osprey's very serious, and Jon Moxley, he's just taking his time. Oh, before WWT Live Stardom revealed that we'll be sending Bazilla. Oh, nice. So now we have all 4 competitors for the TBS title fatal 4-way match happening this weekend. I would not be shocked if the representatives from both CMLL and Stardom come on tonight or Collision. Yeah, exactly. I wonder how they make the steel cage fit. Hopefully they have a lot more space, but yeah, don't be shocked if Marina Shafir comes in. And look at Bryan Danielson. He's just sitting at the announcer table. I'm also very curious if, well, I know he got injured, but I know Bryan Danielson wants to get his hands on Moxley as well. But let's see the face-to-face between these two. And as I mentioned, you got all members of the Death Riders guarding the ring. Will Osprey knows this game all too well. Oh, he said it. If you want to kill him, John, you got to do it yourself. Well, here comes JetSpeed. And obviously, it's going to help with the trios match that's happening. Actually, it's going to happen right now. They have the trios match. The Death Riders taking on JetSpeed and Hiroshi Tanahashi. They're just waiting on their tag team partner, Tanahashi. The president of New Japan. Does Tanahashi look like he had a pep in his step? But here we go. We have our first match, the trios match. JetSpeed, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight, along with Hiroshi Tanahashi, taking on all 3 members of the Death Riders. I will say one of the perks that I got to learn a lot about AEW is learning a lot more about New Japan, because I've learned about New Japan because a lot of the stars from that we love in WWE and TNA, they all came from New Japan and wrestled in Japan at some point. But learning more about the promotion and seeing the stars, this has actually really got my eye. It just really sucks because I kind of wish they did do something with it. Well, Terry, to be fair, it's actually kind of smart because it kind of segue from the one-on-one segment, and then it gets right into the trios match. I mean, of course, it's not ideal, but to be fair, it may be surprise you. I mean, on paper, people look at this, it's like, not so sure, but when you watch the entire match, then it's going to be a banger. And I think they have surprises. Hi, Eddie Foster. Thank you for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesday. Thank you for joining on that, and happy to be with all of you. We are kicking off with a trios match. All three members of the Death Riders taking on the team of JetSpeed and Hiroshi Tanahashi. And also we have Bryan Danielson doing commentary tonight, so he will have a say in it throughout the whole night. I'm very curious on what his thoughts are going to be when Nigel McGuinness takes on Zack Sabre Jr. I'm very curious if he's going to do it. That was a perfect transition. Yeah, exactly. Like, you want to make sure the show flows out. Now, I'm thankful too. I'm happy that I'm bringing you guys Scotland, because this is the first time AEW comes to you from Glasgow, Scotland. And obviously, yes, because Taz could not make the trip because he has to deal with surgery. And we do wish Taz a speedy recovery. Actually, Eddie Foster, I was thinking the same thing too after Collision last weekend. I do have a feeling Daniel Garcia is going to turn on Nigel McGuinness. And I do think we may see Nigel McGuinness get back in the ring a lot more. And also, I wouldn't mind seeing Nigel get some gold. But I feel like I would not be shocked if Daniel Garcia did align with, well, I don't know how that would work, because if he's heel, then how would that work? Obviously, we see Marina Shafir. Oh, it looks like Marina Shafir is banned from ringside. The referee banned her from ringside. A little bit of developing story right here. So it's going to be 3-on-3. And the referee's a smart person. So she's banned from ringside. Oh, and look, there's Will Osprey. He carried her back into the... See? I know. Like I said, Boza, I know they can't work together on screen, but it just would have been more funny if his wife was the one that beat the crap out of Marina Shafir. But I know my client, Alex Windsor, has a big match this weekend at Forbidden Door. And she has a big match because Windstorm! That's the name I came up with last week. So that should be fun. But the match is in picture. If you're joining with me, this is your Timeless Elite and your PR Princess joining with you. And we are kicking off with a trios match. All three members of the Death Riders, JetSpeed and Hiroshi Tanahashi. And Marina Shafir got banned from ringside and got carried out by Will Osprey. Yes, he's making sure. I love that. Hi, Aaron Teagle. Thank you for joining on this watch along for Timeless Elite. It would have been smart if Will had Alex in his corner to counteract Murray on Sunday. I'm sure there will be plenty of women stepping up to make sure. Yeah, I do see some ladies stepping up to the plate. Like I said, I would not be shocked if it was Willow, because Willow is familiar with Marina Shafir. Then we also do see Chris Statlander interacting with Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. So that could be also another segue segment. And we also got to see the return of Harley Cameron, because she was happy that Chris Statlander came back, but also an encounter with Jon Moxley. So we shall see on that. There's just so many elements. WWE's being petty as usual. They're going to have W WrestlePalooza. Well, Eddie Foster is very interesting because we were talking about this during WWT Live. Look, listen, I'm always okay with counter programming if it's friendly competition and if it's like not forced on, but like, look, AEW just has to stay in their lane, continue doing the work. Like, Tony Khan needs to stay off on socials and just focus on the product that's hand and taking it to the next level. Also, I did see a report that's been floating that all AEW content has been removed from ESPN.com. Obviously, of course, I mean, it doesn't shock to me because WWE and ESPN have a contract setting, and also all PLEs are going to be in the ESPN new app. But also with the fact too, a lot of people don't know this because with AEW, people don't know Tony Khan also works for the NFL as well. And we were talking about this a couple weeks ago on it. Maybe I just hope it doesn't be a conflict of interest, because Tony Khan is a chief football strategy officer for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So of course and this is another layer too. ESPN also acquired NFL Network. So there are times with there have been times where Tony Khan has appeared alongside NFL insiders, and also with the fact too, he has appeared on the Rich Eisen show, and Rich Eisen just came back onto ESPN on SportsCenter, which I would say that was one of the best episodes of SportsCenter. But we are back alive with this trios match. JetSpeed and Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on all three members of the Death Riders. Yeah, this is really interesting too. I'm very curious on the arena, but like I said, this is the first time AEW is in Scotland. So nice to see it. And then, of course, tonight we have Bryan Danielson being guest commentator. So, of course, he's going to probably have his own say. I don't have a problem with Tanahashi coming in. And I know some people in yes, Bozo, you're correct. Hydro Glass Arena. That's the name of the arena happening tonight. I never have a problem with Tanahashi. I know people who are hardcore fans of New Japan have a lot of mixed feelings about Tanahashi, and also with the fact too, some of them are not appreciative of the G1 tournament outcome. Congratulations to Konosuke Takeshita. I know a lot of people are not very happy who are hardcore New Japan fans. He beat Evil in the final rounds, and he is the winner of the G1 tournament. So the tag is made to Tanahashi. And also with the fact, too, if you guys did not know this, Tanahashi's also on a farewell tour as well. He's also on a farewell tour, and he's getting ready to wrap up in 2026. Ooh. I will say, even though Tanahashi does look a little stiff at times, he can still move in the ring. Even though there were times he did feel stiff. But I guess that's what happens when you've been doing wrestling so long. You're just so used to it. Bryan Danielson confirmed he will be joining the 0 Hour panel. Don't be surprised if he does, get involved, or surprises our way this weekend. Japanese fans are pissed because they consider Takeshita an outsider. They want an Evil. Yeah, I've seen it. As well. And also my other fellow podcaster, Marie Shadows, who New Japan is her bread and butter, and she had a lot to say on her socials as well. So make sure to check out her podcast. She did have a lot to say. Like I said, I'm starting to learn about New Japan, and I always want to expand my horizons and learning about the different wrestling promotions. All right. I do kind of envy some people. I think it's really cool that they got to pair off with Tanahashi. I mean, I feel like anytime you pair off with Tanahashi, it's like a dream. Ooh, here we go. Well, here comes Gabe Kidd, Marina Shafir. Oh, yeah, the Bullet Club War Dogs. The Bullet Club. Shockingly enough. Yeah, look at that. See, I already know Gabe Kidd's on my list. But yeah, you got the rest. You got all members of the Bullet Club right there from New Japan. Yeah, Eddie Foster. They mentioned the War Dogs are here, along with Marina Shafir. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. Oh, who's that? Look, there's Will Osprey. Who's in that bag? That has to be. Well, who's that? Who's in that body bag? All right, and your winners, JetSpeed and Tanahashi. I guess Marina's in that body bag. I can't believe it, Will Osprey. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. And of course, the Bullet Dogs are running Rampage. I think Will. I don't know if Will. I mean, Will can wrestle. I just don't know if he's cleared to wrestle tonight. I think he'll be cleared for this weekend. But I think Will has some tricks up his sleeves. Look at Will Osprey. He has Marina Shafir. Hey, look, somebody has to deal with her. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna probably see. Oh yeah, look at those punks. Super kick. The Young Bucks kicked Will Osprey. It's a shame his buddy Swerve can't help him because Swerve has to deal with Okada this weekend for the AEW. And here comes Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. They know the Young Bucks so well, Kyle O'Reilly. So thankfully, those guys are able to help. They have so much history with them. That'd be funny if it was Darby Allin in that basket. That would be pretty funny. Because the only person we have is I did say it too, Darby Allin. There's Darby. The only person you're missing is Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. Darby Allin handling Claudio. This is just so much chaos. That's the only people. Oh, here comes Kenny. Well, no, there's Samoa Joe. There's Powerhouse Hobbs. Shibata. Like I said, the only person missing is Kenny and Kota Ibushi. Oh, look at Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd's on my enemy list because I am not going to forgive him after he spat in Willow's face. Yeah, this is like chaos right here. Trust me, there's going to be a lot of chaos happening throughout the whole night between the Bullet Club, Death Riders, and everybody else. Because there's a lot of bad blood. I know. This is how I thought they would. I know, exactly. This is how I thought. But I think they're probably going to end with either this or Hangman and MJF. Well, Hangman's going to speak, but I'm sure MJF is going to be. I think this is going to give. I think Boza, it may give some matches for 0 hour because so far we're at 9 matches, which is fine. 8 or 9 matches, that's okay. But I feel like there are going to be some matches over and there's going to be some matches over for 0 hour regarding it because it is Forbidden Door. You're having a relationship with New Japan. I don't see why not. Hi, Matthew Bynum. Thank you for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesday. And yes, I am aware it is a taped episode. Coffin drop from Darby Allin took out the Death Riders. Bullet Club. Oh my goodness, Darby Allin. Darby is going to be fine. Danielson, Darby's going to be fine. But just to let you know, there are no spoilers on this watch along because even though it was taped and everything else, no spoilers. If you give out spoilers, I'm going to block you. And I'm not kidding. The main card is gone. This is a typical main card 8-man match. Yeah, they need at least 3 to 4 matches for 0 hours. So we shall see who's going to take those spots for the 0 hour. And Boza, I agree. That was a cool spot from Darby. But as I mentioned, they have the lights out steel cage match. There is going to be a lot of chaos going into this match. There's going to be a lot of surprises. There's going to be a lot of mayhem. Who knows? We may see Ryan Danielson pop up. But I think they're going to have an encounter for Marina Shafir. So if she wants to wrestle with the big boys. And yes, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, Terry M. Terry M, this is what you want to get for the matches. You got to have some madness. You got to have some mayhem and shenanigans. We know someone is going to get hurt, but we know that. So they're showing the promo last week between Hangman and MJF. And that's where MJF cashed in his contract opportunity for a title shot against Hangman for the World Heavyweight title. I actually do like they're kind of revisiting them from Revolution. And it's really an interesting segue, especially when you think about it, because MJF's not involved in this. He's also involved in not just Happy Gilmore 2. He's also involved in a feud with Mystico, because I think it's the 92nd anniversary PLE for CMLL. He will be defending that against Mystico. And I believe it's going to be a mask versus hair match. But we'll be seeing what Hangman has to say, especially after getting ambushed by MJF last week. But up next, Tony Schiavone is going to sit down with them. I'm still going to call them Edge and Christian. I'm going to call them Edge and Christian. Their mama called them Edge and Christian. I'm still going to call them that. Thanks for a great WWT Live. What's funny? I know, exactly. It's going to be very interesting to see, but we shall see on that. And yeah, if Mystico loses, what do you do from here? Mystico loses his mask, or it's like, what do you want to do? Mystico losing his mask, or MJF getting his head shaved? I'm never for one against a luchador. I'm never against a luchador getting his unmasked, because I wouldn't mind seeing MJF be bald. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But yes. I know. They pin the sons in the corner. Either MJF is bald or Mystico. Oh my god. Oh boy. And it sucks. I don't want Mystico to do that. And also, you know what? I know people are saying with Daniel Garcia screwing Nigel McGuinness. I think Mystico is going to screw MJF this weekend. Because when you really think about it, Mystico was on an episode of Ring of Honor. I think it was last week. He was on an episode of Ring of Honor and MJF ambushed him. And I have a feeling Mystico might want revenge. So that's just my theory. That's just me. But we are in. But so far, Scotland's been hot so far. And we're just getting started. It's after 8:30. Are you ready for the main door? Yeah, I'm ready for Forbidden Door this weekend. And also, just to let you know, Forbidden Door will be in London, England this weekend. And also, as I mentioned, Mercedes Moné is going after what looks like belt number 9. Belt number 9. So she could get 9 belts. She could get 9 belts. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm good to go. All right. I just want to make sure I'm a little bit close and not too far. But here comes Tony Schiavone. Screen the fans. Oh my goodness. It just feels weird calling him Adam Copeland. I so memorize him for Edge and Christian. Oh my god. Yes, Boza. It's acapella time because they're singing. If you hear it, the fans are singing it right now. I just call him Edge and Christian. I can't see them as nothing else. But also, the last time I heard fans sing this word for word on AEW was Judas by Fozzy. And that was when Chris Jericho's entrance came out. And I know we didn't talk about this, but yes, I'm aware with what's happening with Chris Jericho, his contract, and everything else. I thought we were going to talk about WWT, but time got the best of us and we had other stuff to do. I'm just going to say whatever happens with Chris happens. I mean, I don't have a problem with him being in WWE. He helped out with AEW from the beginning. He did everything that he could. I'm just going to take news with a grain of salt because I'm not going to get into that because people don't know the circumstances when it comes to contracts and everything else. Yes, I am aware that his deal is up in December, but also it's going to be very interesting too with him in WWE because what's going to happen with his cruise line? Because he does a cruise. So is it going to be, like, what is he going to do with the cruise line? Because he had pretty much almost everybody on that cruise line. And is it going to be watered down to just WWE? Exactly. I mean, I love Chris with all my heart, but whatever happens, happens. And I'm taking news with a grain of salt. So, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he does go back, what's going to happen with the cruise? Like, is it going to be watered down? Is it going to be what Chris wants? So, but like I said, anything's happening. I still love Chris. I'll be happy for him wherever he goes. But the warm reception by the fans singing Adam Copeland's Edge is theme song word for word. And also with the fact, too, we had them sing it in Australia. That was insane. And here comes Christian. I'm going to tell you something. We're almost this close on getting Edge and Christian versus FTR. And I'm going to tell you, if that happens at All Out in Toronto, that should be in the main event spot. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That should be the main event. I mean, come on. And I had to do some research, and Boza, you can confirm with this. But the last time they wrestled on a pay-per-view together was 2001 at Invasion. Is that a strong main event to compete with WWE Palooza? Well, I think if they execute it right and also the background and story of it, then I do think it's a strong main event. It's just like they have to execute it. But here's turning my attention to Tony Schiavone. They know each other so well. They love you, Christian. Influential, by the way. He did admit he was an asshole last week. That is true. They're just so close with each other.
took some time, I went away, I looked within myself, I looked deep within my soul, and I did find myself. And guess what I found? I don't need to change a thing. I am perfect just the way I am.
Oh, Christian's perfect just the way he is. Well, can't knock him for that. At least he's honest.
Now, people might be wondering if Adam and I are on the same page, and I can assure you, we are not. There's been a lot of things said, there's been a lot of things done, there's been a lot of scar tissue here. But I will say this, we're not on the same page, but at this point, we're at least writing in the same book. Now, I know people were hoping for some happy, bubbly reunion of one of, if not the greatest tag team of all time.
The greatest tag team. I mean, that's a.
This is not a happy reunion. This is a reunion out of necessity.
A reunion of necessity.
Agreed to help me with my nippy tit problem, and in turn, I have agreed to help him with his FTR problem. And beyond that, Adam, I'm going to look you in your face right now and tell you I can't commit to anything beyond that. But you have my word on this, and I know over the last couple of years, my word has been to you. That I'll stand here before you in front of all these people in Scotland. I will stick my hand out. I will shake your hand. I will look you straight in your eyes and say that this version of Christian Cage, the version that found himself some 3 years ago, will be the best.
Well, Christian said he had to find himself. He's putting out his hand. I just still see them as Edge and Christian. I cannot go wrong. And they shake hands. Who's that? Oh, Kip Sabian.
For the attention and the love of the people who you fight. You know what you are, Christian? Pathetic.
Well, I mean, you're the one that kind of betrayed Christian, Mother Wayne.
Christian. Cool. Sorry to interrupt this cute little reunion between two guys who claim that they're legends, when they're both simply just hanging on to their careers by threads. We'll get that another time. For now, let's address last Wednesday. Christian, you hit the ring to save an old friend of yours in Cope. And just like I said I'd always be, I wasn't too far behind. It just so happened to be that you hit the ring with that spike thing. Swinging it at me, attempting to take.
Don't mess with Spike.
You may have not gotten what you wanted and trying to take my head off, but you did get something that's just gonna save your ass for the time being. And that was that you broke my foot. You put me on the shelf for weeks. You took Forbidden Door away from me. But believe me when I tell you this. If I would have showed up for Forbidden Door this Sunday, I would have turned what's supposed to be a very special reunion into a very quick farewell tour for Cope and Christian. I would have embarrassed you in front of the entire world. I would have taken your entire career away from you. So it's a blessing in disguise, and I'm not going to be there on Sunday.
So he's not going to be there.
Or is it?
Because it looks like he's in crutches.
Christian Cage, I am always one step ahead.
So if Nick Wayne is not going to be there, if he's not medically cleared, what does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? Because he says he's one step ahead. No. No way. I think that's Luchasaurus? Yes, it is! It's Luchasaurus! Wow. Or they call him Kill Switch, but I call him Luchasaurus. Oh my God. You awakened a monster. My God. I know, Eddie Foster. I can't believe it. Kill Switch, Luchasaurus, whatever you want to call him, because the last time we called him on AEW, he was battling a health scare. Oh man, this is going to be very interesting. Nick isn't really that. Well, we shall see, Bozo. I mean, it did look like he was on crutches. And, yeah, a health scare that was very bad. Yeah, it was a very tough health scare. I don't know how Edge and Christian are going to battle out of this, because that's another thing from Christian's past. And it's true, Nick claims to be one step ahead, and it's cool that he made his return in Scotland. But yeah, it is. Nick Wayne is injured. It will be Kip Sabian and Killswitch taking on. I'm still gonna call him Edge and Christian. I don't care. I said what I said. I'm still gonna call him Edge and Christian. But this is gonna be a tough hill battle. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. I will say, because I know people always want to drag. Oh, Mark Briscoe. I think Mark Briscoe's calling out MJF. Oh, man. Mark Briscoe said he's going to find MJF and he's going to kill him. Who isn't in a feud with MJF? MJF is feuding with Mark Briscoe. He's feuding with Mystico. And then he has to deal with Hangman Adam Page. Oh, MJF wishes he had the Hurt Syndicate. But they kicked him out. Where is it? But I have a feeling Nick will be there on Sunday. Well, we shall see, Boza, because after Forbidden Door, they're going to be at Philadelphia residency. And I'm very excited that they're going to be at the residency. It's very interesting because I know Jacob said this a couple months ago. He wasn't a fan of it. Like Chicago, I don't know why they didn't do it in Chicago, but Chicago, I'm not even going to talk about because that's a city. But I'm very happy they are doing a residency in Philly, especially for that couple of weeks. And it also gives them time to really interact with the city, get them to do media stuff. Hopefully they get to do that as well. So we shall see on that. But I'm very excited because yours truly will be on site next week. So, but I do want to give everybody heads up. You're not going to get a Timeless Elite Wednesday next week. Yes. So on social, the ISPW one day before 90s. Yep, they will be doing an ISPW tag team title match with the Headbangers the night before 90s Wrestling Con. So it should be fun, and very excited. And also, I do want to give people a heads up. If I don't, I will not be doing a Timeless Elite watch along next Wednesday because yours truly will be on site at Dynamite in Philadelphia. So I'm very excited to attend this, I will also be attending Ring of Honor, and I'll also be attending Collision. I'm not doing all 9 shows. I'm just going to probably do the first week, and then the watch-alongs I'll do here. But I really wanted to get a taste of the first full week and see how that goes. Thank you. I'm very excited to that. So it may be a possibility. And said, if you're watching and listening, this is your lucky day because it may be a possibility with it may be a possibility that said may doing a CEO Wednesday takeover. So TBD on that. That's what I was asking. How much of the rest? Yeah, I think I'm only going to do probably the first week of that residency because I definitely want to attend Ring of Honor, obviously. Oh, and we have Ricochet in the Gates of Agony. Oh, and look at MJF. He's trying to interact with Ricochet since he got kicked out of the Hurt Syndicate. He's trying to make amends with Ricochet in the Gates of Agony. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't think Ricochet is that stupid.
Normally, I love to see you run around here, stressed to the max, like a chicken with your head cut off. However, Mark Briscoe, he irks me. And I think we owe him a little something.
So it looks like they got a handshake.
Now it's time to plan it. Hey, get the camera out of here, man.
Well, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like Ricochet and MJF have a slight bond. Very interesting. Oh, if Mercedes beats MSJ to get a 7th. I know, and especially on Forbidden Door. So, Boza, I'm one step ahead of you. You should be coming back. Well, we shall see. Saturday, Mercedes. Yep, she will be in action. And I love that they continue that with her and Alex Windsor this weekend. And also with the fact, too, Alex Windsor is from the UK. And coming to the ring is FTR and that weasel Stokely. He is such a weasel. I really wanted Adam Copeland to really beat the crap out of him. But apparently, he threw that salt or powder or whatever in his face. So it is the finals for the World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament match. FTR taking on Brodido. The winner of this match will be facing off against the Hurt Syndicate this weekend. And the Hurt Syndicate doesn't seem flinch. They seem confident with the fact because they hurt people and everything else. So surprise Stokely showing his face. Well, I mean, he has to. He's the manager of FTR. I mean, as much as I would love to see Brodido win, I kind of know where this is going to go. And Bandino has a big match at Death Before Dishonor at Ring of Honor. He will be defending the title against Hechicero. So, but I do. But I kind of know where this is going to go. And also with reports too, because we've seen MVP, they don't want the Hurt Syndicate to drop to FTR. So it's like at this point, who do you want to drop it to? Who do you want to drop it to? I mean, I know people. Oh yeah, Don Callis. Yes, at Ring of Honor. Don Callis will be at ringside. But it's like, if the Hurt Syndicate doesn't want to drop it to FTR, then who are you going to get to drop it to? Because I think, like I said, tag team division needs to kind of revamp a bit. Because the Hurt Syndicate didn't want to drop it to the Outrunners. They didn't want to drop it to JetSpeed. They did not want to drop it to the Gates of Agony. So I think I would not be shocked if there was a round 2 with matches. But I think it's kind of like thinking like who would be the one to drop it and having that legit tag team. Wonderful reception for Brodido. But yeah, I mean, I see the Hurt Syndicate holding on to these titles until 2026. Because for me, I feel like I'm seeing a long-term storyline effect. And also, if you've been paying attention on Collision, both of my clients, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, are kind of head-to-head. But now it's like everybody cheering for Max. Anthony Bowens is going to be heel anyway. And I think the face turn happened when Max Caster faced off against Shibata, because he mentioned in an interview with Chris Van Vliet that one of the wrestlers he did look up to was Shibata. So, and it's like, how can you not dislike Shibata? Shibata is great, but I think it's just sooner or later. It's just you kind of have to do the timing of it. But my boys will be back together 2026. It's just that there's a timeline in place, and you got to be very patient, and you got to let it be slow and steady. And plus, it would be kind of hilarious. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it would be funny if, like, the Hurt Syndicate and FTR created an alliance and just destroy the entire tag team division. And then all you have is one tag team. Yes, and Excalibur mentioned it next week. AEW begins their residency in Philadelphia. I'm very excited for this residency. I'm super, super excited to attend and seeing all the people there. It'll also be fun attending a show from the 2300. I've been to meet and greets at 2300. I never attended an actual wrestling show. So this is going to be fun. But here we go. And also a friendly reminder, this is your Timeless Elite, your PR Princess with you, because we're almost at the 9 o'clock hour. Final hour of AEW Dynamite, and where has the time gone? We're on our tag team title eliminator match. We are in the finals. Brodido, Bandino, and Brody King taking on FTR. The winner of that match will be facing off against the Hurt Syndicate this weekend at Forbidden Door. And we see Bandino and Dax going at it. You know, it's really funny. I kind of noticed this that, look at Bandito! There's a reason why he's the Ring of Honor World Champion. I guess Dax didn't take it very well, but there's a reason why Bandino is the Ring of Honor champion. And also, I wasn't too fond of that Weasel Stokely taking Bandino's Max on Collision this past weekend. And you know, it's really funny. I know, like, FTR doesn't take that many losses. I just realized that very rarely you ever get a win over FTR. I just realized that. Not many teams have a win over FTR. I just realized it. Or the Young Bucks. And also feel free to put in the chat on who you guys winning this match. Do you guys have FTR, or do you guys have Brodido winning this match to take on the Hurt Syndicate this weekend at Forbidden Door? I actually do like Bryan Danielson on commentary. He brings a lot of logic, especially in the wrestlers, and him being a wrestler himself. I know Excalibur is a wrestler too, but him just bringing that other side of it, and he just has that knowledge. And also wrestling with some of the guys that are in the ring right now, he does have that. Look at that. Oh, and here's the Hurt Syndicate. They're backstage. MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, they're backstage checking out this match. What are they doing? What's Dax doing? He knows better that he can't. What is he doing? The referee, they're on the chair. Is he trying to get himself disqualified? I would not want to get disqualified, especially since it's a big match where you said you want to be tag team champions again. Woo!
AEW World Trios Champion. Now, having been in the ring with all four of these men, I have to say Dax Harwood is pound for pound one of the hardest hitters you'll see. But it's not the same weight. That's not the same weight. Earned the moniker. Dax the axe, but Brody King, you can see one swift chop. Dax off his feet. What Brody wanted Dax in. He wanted him to go chop for chop, see what he had. I think we find it out, right? Yeah, Eagle will get the best of you. Oh, look at those chops. The Glaswegian crowd asking, and Brody King more than happy to oblige, but see, this is where FTR can get an advantage on Brody King. Oh, kick to the midsection, maybe looking for the rope line. Pile driver for Brody King. Brody King.
Brody looks like he hasn't skipped a beat.
Pile driver, and now return and fire on FTR. Incredible. Things going from bad to worse for Dax and Cash. Once again, athletic ability, but this time a man impervious to pain is trumping strategy. Out the door, combo. And then this splash and deal the legal man for his side. And oh, look, it was so close. Their teamwork, after having only teamed for 3 months, is incredible. Are we looking at the next AEW World Tag Team Champions in Brody King and Brodido making a great case for themselves here tonight on Dynamite? Yeah, but it's not about
Nice save by Cash. Oh, and look at that little weasel Stokely. Not surprising.
the referee didn't see it in Stokely. That sling was loaded. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way a punch from Stokely is going to knock out Brody King.
Yeah. Even Brian Danielson agreed. Hi, Nathan Campbell. Thank you for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesdays. You are joining in the finals for the tag team eliminator match between Brodido and FTR, and the winner of this match will be facing off against the Hurt Syndicate this weekend. What's Dax doing? Like they're gonna respect that little weasel. Oh, Brody King is busted open. He is busted open, and even though it's in picture-in-picture, the match is still going on live. Nathan, I wish I could tell you this, but as much as I would love Brodido to win, I have a feeling it's going to be FTR. And the interesting part about this is, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago on WWT, MVP apparently was not too pleased on having the Hurt Syndicate drop it to FTR. It's like, you don't want to drop the FTR, you don't want to drop it to JetSpeed, you don't want to drop it to the Outrunners, you don't want to drop it to the Gates of Agony. So it's like, at this point, who do you want to drop it to? Which tag team do you want to drop it to? That's all I'm saying. But that's why I have the Hurt Syndicate lasting for the belts until 2026. So it's a possibility, Edge and Christian. But they got some other stuff they got to handle. They got to handle the returning Kill Switch and Kip Sabian. And also with the fact, too, Adam Copeland still has to deal with FTR. So there's a lot of layers they have to deal with before getting to the tag team titles. But yeah, Brody King is busted open. I actually like FTR a lot more better as heels than faces, because they do put a lot of heel tactics in, which I'm okay with, because I always see them as more of a heel in a way. But Brody King is starting to fight back with his chops and everything. Dex, they're putting up some blows. Also, wishing a speedy recovery to Buddy Matthews because he recently just had surgery. So hopefully we see Buddy Matthews and Brody King tag teaming together. Do you think John's group is going to turn on him? I don't think so. I think it has to be a good reason on when they're going to turn. I mean, obviously he does have close ties with people in New Japan. And a lot of people want to work with Jon Moxley. I just can't seeing the group turn on him just yet. And for some odd reason, I see them creating a lot more havoc on it. A lot more havoc within the AEW bubble. So I would not underestimate Jon Moxley or the Death Riders so soon because there is a lot of stories to tell. Of course, Darby Allin wants his revenge. Hopefully we get to see Bryan Danielson have his revenge after being massacred with the Death Riders. So the ghosts from the Death Riders past are going to come out into force. And we are back live with the tournament. We do have this tag team tournament eliminator match between Brodido taking on FTR. We are back live. Nice Hurricanrana by Bandino. Just a further reminder, he will be defending the Ring of Honor Championship match against Pharaoh next week at Death Before Dishonor.
As Dax called him, that loaded sling opening up the wound on the head of Brody King. Brody, he was able to endure it, and Bandito doing a good job of keeping a calm head, staying.
Here comes Bandino. Bandito trying to feel it. Look at Bandito. Oh, and they caught Bandino. FTR. Ooh. Head first on the side of the ring. Oh, that hurts. Which one do you think will take over the group if that happens? Oh, that's an interesting question because this is where it gets very interesting because with John, you got to make sure you're good on the mic and you have that character development and everything else. You would think I would say Gabe. You think I would say either Yuta or Claudio? I could see maybe Gabe Kidd. With the fact he does bring a lot of heel tactics and he can do a lot of dirty and shady things. And also with the fact too, John does have close ties with him and especially with Bullet Club within New Japan. John knows some people during his tenure. Oh, and there was a steel pipe that was mostly used. Sorry, I just was looking at this match because it looks like a steel pipe was outside the ring, but Brody King's face, he's bloodied, but he is still continuing this match. Kick out by Bandino. Double team? Oof. I mean, you could say whatever you want about FTR, but that's why they are one of the best tag teams. Greatest tag team of all time? That is a little bit up for debate because yes, the London weekend. So this Saturday, it's Collision in Scotland. Obviously, they're going to do the countdown for Forbidden Door following Collision. They have 0 Hour this Sunday, and it's also Forbidden Door. And also, do not And also, this is the fact too. Do not give me any spoilers. Do not give me any spoilers for Collision, please. That's all I ask. Do not give me any spoilers. The twist will be Brian taking over the group. Oh, that's actually interesting, Nathan. That's really interesting. Oh, a slap on the chest by Bandino. It's like a slap fest between Dak and Bandino. No spoilers, but you know Courtney's. Yes, Boza, I am. I am very serious when I raise my mic like this. Please do not give me any spoilers. Please. That's all I ask. Please. Because I see people putting up spoilers and it's like, honestly, really? To kick out by tax? I mean, I have nothing against sometimes with dirt sheets, but sometimes dirt sheets always take the fun out of spoilers because I was like, can I at least be surprised? Or just say, do not read. I mean, I get they have to do reporting, but come on now. So the match is going picture in picture, and this match is still going on live. And well, I won't be surprised because surprise, 9:30 we have our women's match. Actually, you know what? I would not be shocked if the ladies did close tonight for Dynamite. I would not be shocked if it was the main event. Because I know, like, Hangman is probably going to close it, but I would not be shocked if the ladies closed Dynamite. Because that would be very interesting, but who's the final 4 teams in the women's tag team? Nathan, are you talking about the men's? Because for the men's side of AEW, it's FTR and Brodido. But if you're talking about a tag team match for tonight, it will be Mercedes Moné and Athena taking on my clients Windsor, Timeless Toni Storm, and Alex Windsor. But I would not be shocked if that was... I would not be shocked if the ladies... Because that would be very different. Because I thought, like, at least we would have it, but I would not be shocked if the ladies end closed the show. But like I said, I would not be shocked either with Hangman. So, but we shall see. I mean, I'm always down for the ladies closing. I never have a problem with that because this is women's wrestling talk. We advocate for all the ladies. And it's funny they have the commercial of Pacemaker on AEW programming. I mean, obviously it's on TNT, which I find really hilarious. But I heard it's a really good show, Pacemaker. It's on its 2nd season. I appreciate it, Nathan. I do appreciate it. So, oh yeah, HBO Max is Pacemaker. Yep, and they're putting the commercials in, which actually, it does kind of make sense because, you know, HBO Max and everything else. So, Nathan, I do appreciate you not giving me any spoilers, but we are back live with this tag team tournament eliminator match, the finals. FTR taking on Brodido. Winner of this match faces off against the Hurt Syndicate, but it has been a solid, strong showing between both of these teams. Neither one can't get in, but we shall see on that. And unfortunately, Brody King, his face is so bloodied. Dax and Cash are trying to stop Bandito, but nice counter by him, and he's trying to make a tag to Brody King. Here comes Brody King. Brody King, even though with a bloody face, he still has a lot of energy. He has a lot of energy. Ooh, double cannonball by Brody King.
But it only lasts for so long. Right. Brody falls over the top.
Nice cannonball from outside the ring by Brody King onto both members of FTR. And Bandito, it looks like he's about to fly. Ooh, nice move by Bandito. Ooh. I don't know if there's a time limit. I want to say 30-minute time limit, Boza. It has to be 30 because you also have to understand we have a women's tag team match happening, and we also got to hear from Hangman. But, like, I would not be shocked. But I would love for the ladies to end Dynamite. That would make me happy. Oh, and that Weasel Stokely's trying to take Bandito's max, especially after he got attacked on Collision last weekend. Yeah, I would say it has to be no more than 30 minutes. Oh, look, and Bandito changed mask. It's the power of the luchador mask. Ooh, nice move. Kick out by Dax. That is true. I do agree with Bryan Danielson on that. I mean, look, you can say what you want about FTR, but they're considered one of the best tag teams. I'm just saying, you can't knock them wrestling-wise for everything that they accomplished. Can't knock them for that. So. Ooh, Brody King putting the sleeper on Cash. Bandito counter. Oh, he was this close. This close. Oh, my God. This close. But let's see. The Hurt Syndicate, they're backstage. I just hope they don't. I just hope they don't think of this as an easy win. Because I understand some of the tag teams they faced in the last couple months have not been ideal. I just hope, like, God. Yeah, Boza, that's what you kind of have to do as a heel. You kind of have to figure out. Because, like I said, if they don't want to drop it to FTR, they don't want to drop it to the Outrunners, if they don't want to do it with the Gates of Agony, what other tag team is left? I mean, I don't want to pull the trigger on my guys yet. The Acclaim, not yet. Because I still... Oh, that little weasel. Because as I said, I do believe my guys, the Acclaim, are going to do it 2026. That's why I'm waiting for them to really cook up this rivalry, because I've been watching Collision. I've been following it a little bit. So I do have a feeling that they're going to have a match. And I don't see why not. I have a feeling they're going to have a match at Full Gear. in Jersey, with the fact Bowens is from Jersey, and also with the fact too, it was the last pay-per-view match the Acclaimed teamed up together. And I was at that event last year. And they said F Caster, and they were cheering so much for Bowens. So I do see them competing one-on-one at Full Gear. It just continue building it, folks. Ooh, 1, 2, kick out by Cash. Arkady confirmed this is the third. Oh my goodness, 5 minutes left. Kick out by Cash. What's the name for Kip? I don't think they have a tag team name. Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne. And thank you, Boza. 4 minutes. Oh my God, 4 minutes left. There needs to be a winner. I mean, this is a good match, but something has to give. They need a winner. Which I would say, if time did expire, why not put both teams in the match? It'd be a triple threat. Oh, Bryan Danielson picked Pandino for his Wrestler of the Year for 2025. I mean, getting compliments from Bryan Danielson, that has to feel good. And I hope Pandino does look back at the broadcasting and see the compliment Bryan Danielson had on him. 3 minutes left. Courtesy for Boza. Oh my God. Somebody's got to win. Someone has to win. Oh my goodness. Putting the sleeper hold on to Dax. And watch out for that weasel, Stokely. He's still busted open. Let's see. Oh, is he trying to do a pile driver? Ooh, that has to hurt. Took out Brody. Brody has to be out cold. 2 minute warning. Courtesy of Boza, 2 minute warning. I gotta get in the ring. Get him in the ring. I know. Bryan Danielson is yelling. Get him in the ring. Get him in the ring. No, that's okay. Boza, I'm happy. Get in the ring. Get in the ring. Bandito. Ooh. Ooh. What's Bandito gonna do here? But look at this. Ooh. See, that's a synergy for tag team. Woo! Saturn Machine. That has to be it. 60 seconds left. Oh my God. Who does Stokely manage for the women? I don't. 60 seconds left. 60 seconds left on the clock. Nathan, just to answer the question, Stokely is not managing anybody from the women's division. The only people he's managing so far is FTR. I know. Bryan Danielson's like, you gotta go for it. And what are they? Are they bringing out a table for 30 seconds left? Oh my God. I feel bad on whoever's next after this segment. I wouldn't mind for the ladies to main event, but I wouldn't mind for Hangman to come out either. But I think they're going to end the show with Hangman. And also, don't be shocked if time does expire. I have a feeling it's going to be a triple threat match. Oh my God. Cash Wheeler. You drilled through a table and it's a double draw. That kind of sucks. That kind of really, really sucks. Even Stokely's looking like, what? It's a draw. Even the referee's looking like, it's a draw. Brodido, it's a draw. He's like, it's a draw. Man. There it is. A three-way match for the tag team titles. I have to tell you, this is like the second time FTR ended with a draw, and it was a triple threat. Because last year, when the Acclaim faced off against FTR, it ended in a draw, and they were in it. Them two, along with the Young Bucks last year at All In. Now we have this happening. And here come the Hurt Syndicate. Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised that they want to take out both of them while they just had a gruesome match. But I think once they're 100%, once Brodido and FTR are 100%, that is when they get very scary. They're chanting, "We hurt people." And look at Stokely's face. I don't think neither Brodido or FTR is going to be intimidated. No way. They're not going to be intimidated. And if I were the Hurt Syndicate, I would not take these teams lightly, because you're not facing off against the Outrunners. You're not facing off against JetSpeed. You're not facing off against the Gates of Agony. I know. I get with Stokely, because Stokely wasn't happy either, but yeah, we are in that MVP. Yes. And they're also showing promo for another match at Forbidden Door. Swerve Strickland taking on Kazuchika Okada for the AEW Unified Championship match. Also, fact too, Okada has not been defeated since he came to AEW. It's going to be very interesting too. As much as I've been loving for Swerve to win, I feel like if anybody could give a pinfall to Okada, it could be Swerve. But I have this feeling somewhere down the line, Okada's going to meet Takeshita. He was the first big name that list. Yeah. I mean, I believe it. When you're in New Japan for so long, I mean, I can understand why. If not Swerve, who beats Okada? I mean, if it's not Swerve, I would probably say Takeshita. Because when you really think about it, there's been a lot of tease with Takeshita and Okada. And if you saw the look on Takeshita's face, he wasn't too pleased that Okada joined the Don Callis family. So the only person I could see is probably Takeshita. Oh! I think we're going to end with the ladies! I think we're going to end with the ladies tonight, because up next is Hangman. And I love it. I love it. I love it. But thank you guys for joining me at the last 30 minutes. And I'm going to tell you something for the ladies. They better give them a good, solid overrun. Yes, Boza, we're going to end with the ladies. And this is just a treat. And I'm telling you something. If you could give an overrun to Danielson and Okada, and also last week, you should give a fair overrun to the ladies. And I am in on it. And I love it that they get to be part of the main event. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So up next, we're going to hear from Hangman, Adam Page. He's going to be speaking probably ahead of his match this weekend with MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight title. Mark Briscoe wants a piece of MJF. Mystico wants a piece of MJF. Oh, look at that. They're showing a commercial of they're showing a commercial for South Park, and you know, I don't like, I'm not going to end things with political, but if you've seen the new season so far of South Park, you got to watch it, because I love that they are pretty much hammering the circus we have of the administration. I mean, my mom wouldn't let me watch South Park when I was young, because I was about 7 or 8 when South Park first came out. But since now I got older, I could watch it for a bit. But yeah, feel free to go check out the new season of South Park, because they're just really hammering with no authority. So, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're almost at the last 30 minutes of AEW Dynamite, and we're gonna end with the ladies. I don't got a problem with that. My clients get to end AEW Dynamite, and I am in on it, and I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. But as I said, it's been a pleasure being with all of you on this special edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday, because we are in the final Dynamite before Forbidden Door. We also do have that. We also do have Collision. We all need good luck next week if Barrett decides to take over this feed with Courtney. I know, right? I just realized it, because I was like, oh crap, this is the first time I'm not going to be doing a watch along next week. I will be there in person for, I'm doing first week of residency. I just can't do all 9 shows. That's just like a stretch for me to do. I mean, as much as I would love to get coverage, we can do that. But here comes your AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Hangman Adam Page. And I'm very curious of what he has to say. And I wonder if they're going to do like a co-main event, as they did. Thanks. I think it's going to be fun. And I'm very excited, because for me, I like to cover all promotions and learn about them. And also for my day job, I work in PR and media. So it's kind of like, you kind of know the drill. You have to be professional. I get some of them are in kayfabe and everything else, but you want to make sure you're professional and not ask questions just for clicks. But we're going to hear from our AEW World Champ, Hangman Adam Page.
From behind, because that is how MJF likes to handle things. Underhanded, backstabbing, opportunistic. If Max has ever had a problem in his life, he can't look it head on, because he does not have the balls to do it. And that's why I know it's a waste of time. It's a waste of my time. And it's a waste of your time to call him out to this ring right now, because I know he won't come down here and get the piss beat out of him a few nights early, because he is an insecure and coward.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth, Hangman.
But Max, I need you to know that once you sign that casino dwelling contract, and you stand across from me in the ring at Forbidden Door, there will be nothing underhanded. There will be no backstabbing. And there will be Championship. And I swear to God, Max, I am going to shove my size 12 ostrich leathers straight up your checkered print ass.
Said it with authority. And here comes MJF. I'm curious what he has to say. Where is MJF? Where is he?
Hangman, I'm sorry. I'm getting word that we have a message for you. MJF has one of our cameras backstage, I understand. He does want to speak to you, but apparently if you leave the ring before he finishes, okay, something bad, according to MJF, something very bad is going to happen.
So pretty much from Tony Schiavone, apparently there's a camera back there from MJF, and if Hangman leaves the ring, something bad's going to happen. Well, let's see what's happening backstage. Did he just call him Seabiscuit?
Hey, you remember when I told you you let the most vulnerable when you're angry? Well, say hello. She's vulnerability.
They kidnapped Mark Briscoe.
Okay, buddy. You're going to give me what I want. But I'm not greedy, man. I just have 3 requests for Forbidden Door. 3 simple requests, and then your friend here can be simple too. However, if you don't say yes to my 3 requests,
So
unfortunately,
they're going to put him in fire! Oh my God, they're going to really put him on fire!
Kentucky Fried. So here are the 3 demands. Number 1, the title can change hands via disqualification. Number 2, the title can change hands via countout. And number 3, which I didn't originally have planned, but good on you. You tricked me last week. Congrats, you outsmarted me for all of 5 seconds. Number 3 is, I do not have to use my contract in order.
So pretty much, he can win the title by disqualification, count out, and he can't execute his contract.
I'm going to ask for a lighter.
Oh my God. He's really not going to put him on fire.
People like it for MJF. As much as they do when they're hero hating. You, my friend, have until the count of 5.
No way. They're really going to put him on fire.
Put it down. 2, Max, put it down. 3, put it down. 4, 5, 5, you got it. 5. Oh, that's what I thought. She has Forbidden Door, man. Congratulations. You're still a hero.
My God.
Well, MJF his way out of having to execute that contract.
Oh my God. This is like the old Eve Torres rule WWE had the final night. She was there. Oh my goodness. Did they just have AAA? Yeah, they did have a AAA. Did we really? I mean, it could have been for Forbidden Door. I mean, they could have saved it for Toronto, but I guess knowing Tony Khan, he wanted to save matches to make sure Forbidden Door is on the level. I mean, I'm trying to think of a pay-per-view that didn't involve the AEW World Heavyweight title, because I feel like almost since they started, I feel like almost every match included the AEW World Title. But I guess because this is Hangman's first title defense, it could have. But it doesn't shock me at all with MJF. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I had to look up Eve's last match. My God, I had to go back to Eve's final match. Oh, yeah, I forgot. And then I think the next day, Eve quit. Oh, my God. That was crazy. Basically, yet he can beat Cole. Oh, my God. That's interesting. Oh, my God. How could I not forget that match? Because I think Eve quit the next day after she lost the Divas title. Oh, boy. Well, I think if Toni wants to do something original, don't try to copy it from WWE. Oh, boy. Well, that's really interesting. But we have one final match left. Yeah, she did everything she could, Eve. I remember it like it was yesterday. But here comes Hangman. Oh man, he hit Ricochet. Oh man, and security tried to pull Hangman off of Ricochet. That's why I have a feeling, not just Mark Briscoe, Mystico is going to probably come in and cost MJF. He's going to cost. Yeah, MJF left. Don't be shocked if Mark Briscoe and Mystico try to get involved, because I could see Ricochet in the Gates of Agony. Hangman, he's going to probably need some help, not just from Briscoe, but also, as I mentioned, Mystico. Well, Bryan Danielson, you said it correctly. Bryan Danielson, you said it correctly. And with the fact, too, Bryan Danielson has faced off against MJF. Because at times when he's dangerous, that is when he's angry and is most dangerous. So that's something you don't want to play out with MJF. But yeah, Toni made sure. But it's like, I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. But I mean, with MJF, he's not going to cash it in. That's the crazy part. But we have our main event. Ooh, and we do have the representative from Forbidden Door from CMLL. She will be watching this match very, very closely. But we do have the ladies ending it. We have the CEO, Mercedes Moné. And they did show her the fatal four-way match for the TBS title. One representative from the CMLL. One representative from Stardom. Obviously, we know from AEW, my client, Alex Windsor. No, she's here, Terry. She just came in. And here comes the fallen goddess, the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion. And also Billy Starks accompanying the ring, too. Like I said, don't be shocked to see Mina Shirokana because Athena will be facing off against Mina Shirokana at Death Before Dishonor. But it looks like Billy Stark. Yes, Athena's so confident that she ordered Billy's tail behind. But like I said, don't be shocked if you see Mina Shirokana far behind. Well, that's what I think Boza too. I think they're going to show the Stardom representative on Collision because we already see the CMLL representative as well. But I would not be shocked if she interfered in this match too. So it's going to be very interesting to see the two of them tag team each other because big egos, but they have a common enemy with my clients. And here they are, my ladies. There's Alex Windsor. There she is, and she is from the UK. And I'm happy she gets to compete in the UK. Windsor. And also she will be on opposite side of Mercedes Moné. The co-star. Windstorm. Yes, you got to say Windstorm. And the reigning, defending, timeless AEW Women's Champion. So there is Athena. The Athena will be at ringside. So I love the two of them together. I'm going to say this. I actually do like this pairing. Just keep it non-sexual, by the way. Just keep it non-sexual, have them pairing. And also, I'm very happy for Alex Windsor because she's learning under the reigning AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm. She's taking her under her wing. Just don't let it be like Mariah May. Just that's all I'm asking. Please don't let it be like Mariah May. Let them thrive as a tag team together. And I love seeing them team together, but I do like that she is working under Toni Storm being the women's champion. And I do see her leading the charge in the division for the future. Because I said, my client Toni Storm can't wrestle forever. I know exactly. I'm sure it won't be. I hope so too. I want this to be a fresh start, a non-sexual relationship, two girls teaming up together and just tangoing their way. And just, Toni being supportive of her. So that's what I want for Windstorm. She can have the sexual innuendos with Mina, but just keep it non-sexual with her and Alex Windsor. But we are going to kick off with two out of the four ladies that will be in the TBS title match. Mercedes Moné, Alex Windsor. I'm actually looking forward to this match. So we shall see on that. And I said this too because Mercedes is this close. Mercedes is this close for breaking Jade's record. She's almost there. She's almost there. So she is almost at the finish line of breaking Jade's record, and she can brag and say she's the longest reigning TBS champion. Yes, Boza, I can. I will do that. I'm going to put a reminder in, not just for Friday, not Monday, but also I'll put a reminder in for Sunday when I do Forbidden Door. So just to let you know, I will not be doing a Timeless Elite watch along next week because they will be in Philly for the residency. And obviously I want to be there for the Dynamite after Forbidden Door because that's exciting. Okay, she's at 451 days. Jade went. So by the end of this year, she could break it. She could break it before the end of 2025. So she's almost there. But it would be kind of, I know it may not happen, but it would be kind of funny if Alex Windsor to get the title this weekend. That would be very hilarious if she did get it right before she breaks Jade's record. But I do have a feeling she's gonna break it before the end of this year. And then after she breaks it, she can drop the title. But I would be very shocked if she did drop the title before breaking Jade's record. Kick out made by Alex Windsor. Oh, look at the power. Look at the power by her. In the words of Toni Storm, what a woman. She said that about Chris Statlander, too, with the muscles. Toni Storm was stiffing Mercedes. I love it. Tag is made to Toni Storm. Oh, my goodness. She sniffed her. Well, I mean, hey, you're looking at the woman who gave you your first loss at All in Texas. She looks like she's all ghost. And look at Athena. And that's the woman that will face off against Toni Storm. Next to Mercedes, this is going to be a tough, tall order for Toni. I know we're going to be doing bold predictions on Friday. I would not be shocked if people did pick Athena because, you know, it does seem like that way, but Mercedes, can you say, what do you mean by that? Come back. Well, here we go. These two ladies are going to go at it. And also, Athena has some big matches ahead of her. Like Sunday, she's facing off against Toni Storm for the AEW Women's title and facing off. Oh, she's mimicking my client. Oh, I love it. Well, I met Athena at Queen of the Ring, red carpet. I do love her. But I got to go with the woman that got me into AEW, Toni Storm. So, yeah, I got to go with her. And plus, I know we haven't seen Luther in a while because I know she's mentioned when she was at Prestige Wrestling right after All in Texas, he is battling an injury of some sort. So do wish a speedy recovery to Luther. Oh, here comes the superplex, but counter by Mercedes. I'm very curious in the tag team, who is willing to take the pin? Who is willing? And swing your partner round and round. Windstorm. That should be a shirt. They would sell merch off of that. Headbutt. I love it. Swing your partner round and round. Oh, it was a hip attack. Ooh, threw Alex Windsor outside the ring. Toni Storm touched her tits. Oh my god, this is gonna be interesting on how Mercedes and oh my goodness, this is gonna be interesting if Mercedes and Athena working together. Well, a nice little tag team there. Windstorm is going to, well, hey, they got a 2 to tango. Ooh, hip attacks to Mercedes Moné. Yeah, but like I said, Athena has a busy couple days. She's facing off against my client, Toni Storm, at Forbidden Door. She's defending her Ring of Honor Women's title against Mina Shirokana at Death Before Dishonor. So she got some 2 big matches. Ooh, nice cannonball by Alex Windsor. She is from the UK, not far from England, because we are in Scotland. And even though the match is still going on, it's in picture-in-picture. So, but boy, well, like I said, it's been very fun. Yeah, she does. I'm surprised me are in Scotland to make sure it's I'll just say he'll be popping up sooner than you think. He'll be popping sooner than you think. But like I said, she does have a busy 5-day stretch. Her and Alex Windsor are going to be on opposite ends in an independent show in the UK. She's also going to go to Scotland to get another belt. So she may be getting 9 belts. She may be getting 9 belts before we start WWT on Friday. I'm just saying. But I'm very happy. It makes me happy to see the ladies main event. I think I'm gonna do a quick post show after this because I do have some few thoughts. I think it is going to be 9 belts. I think it is going to be 9 belts, but I think I'm going to give you guys a quick post show because there's a few thoughts I have. It's not on the ladies, it's a few thoughts, especially with the tag team title match, because there's a lot of implications that could go into this. And also, I have a few theories that may happen leading up to Forbidden Door. But I'm looking at this match in picture. Mercedes Moné is taking advantage of Alex Windsor. We also do see the representative from CMLL sitting at ringside ahead of the Fatal 4-Way match for the TBS title. This weekend, obviously, Toni Storm will be defending her AEW Women's title against Athena. It's going to be very, very interesting to see Athena. But also feel free in the chats on who you guys got winning this match. Do you guys have Athena and Mercedes, or do you have Windstorm, my clients, in this match? So of course, Mercedes Moné giving the finger to my client. Don't get salty at me just because Toni Storm gave you your first loss. So, yeah. I'm just saying, I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if they went round 2. I'm just saying, I would not be shocked if they did. And we are back live. We are back live on AEW Collision from Scotland. We have our main event. My clients, Windstorm, Alex Windsor, and Toni Storm, taking on Athena and Mercedes Moné. Alex is trying to get the tag in, but it looked like she busted her nose a bit. But tag is made to Toni Storm, to Athena. I did see what you put in the chat, Nathan, regarding Jade. I think with the fact I'm not sure if it's going to happen in AEW because I know WWE was her mainstay, but I do think she does have potential within WWE. I mean, if I do see her wrestling, I probably would see her probably in the next couple of years in WWE. It's just her ring IQ. She just needs a lot of oomph into this. So. Bozilla is the name. Ooh, nice tag team by Windsor. The question is who's going to be taking this pinfall, by the way. Who is going to take the pin? Because I feel like who needs the win more and the momentum? Like, who needs this win heading into their matches this weekend? And here comes Mercedes taking out Alex. Look at Toni Storm. Yeah, like I said, Athena's got some big matches ahead in the next couple days. Same thing with Mercedes. Mercedes got some matches in there. She's putting in the submission. I can tell you she's so salty because sooner or later, I'm just waiting for her. I'm just waiting for Mercedes to go unhinged. I feel like sooner or later, Mercedes is going to go unhinged. And she's going to go into this craze, especially with the fact the person that beat her, Toni Storm. Also, can you imagine, too? Let's just say Athena wins. Could you imagine how pissed off Mercedes would be, considering the fact Athena beat the woman that she could not beat at all in Texas? Then you're adding another layer of character development. That would be crazy. Because then it's like you kind of need to stir the pot just a little bit. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, Boza. Okay, so fatal four-way match will be one fall to a finish. She doesn't have to be beaten to lose. So, well, that's a good thing. At least she doesn't have to be pinned. Ooh, Miss Q landing from Mercedes and Athena. Well, shout out to Excalibur for confirming that. Oh, nice DDT by Toni. I do like the red plaid outfit. I mean, I'm proud of my client of being the reigning and defending women's champion, but I know she can't hold on to that belt forever. I know she can't. So I'm enjoying this, but I know she can't hold on to that belt forever. Yeah, I mean, I can understand Bryan Danielson because he understands being in the ring for so long. Both ladies are down, Athena and Toni, but it looks like Athena made the tag to Mercedes and Toni made the tag to Alex. Question, I'm curious. The question is, yeah, I think so too. But she should be fine. Alex. Woo, she got a pep in her step. That's one of the reasons why I like her. She got a pep in her step.
You can see it in Alex Windsor. Step into the blue thunder bomb, Windsor. The pinfall attempt, but Athena's there in time to break it up. Great save by Athena.
Ooh, Toni looked like she was about to put submission on Athena, but I would be shocked if these two ladies. Ooh. Yee! Landed on her neck. She really wants to take her out right before Forbidden Door. Well, I would say the most dangerous you could have Toni Storm is when she has her back against the wall. Oh, yeah, Athena countered. I know. In a very nasty pile driver, and that's really gonna suck. That is gonna suck. But why do I feel like anytime Toni has her back against the wall, she ends up getting it? And it looks like Mercedes. And this is crazy because this will be the first time these two ladies meet, because as I said, right before Forbidden Door, they're going to be meeting on the independent scene in the UK on opposite sides of the team. So that would be funny. Scorpion Deathlock. Wait, she didn't tap. Oh, she's not legal? Ooh. Oh, yeah, Athena's... Man, that kind of sucks. Athena. That I knew they were going to play mind games. So your winner is Athena and Mercedes Moné. But I'm very concerned about my client. I know. I mean, if that was it, that would have been over. But... Well, that was kind of a BS. Oh my goodness. Medical team's looking at my client, Toni Storm. I'm pretty sure she's gonna pick it. And we see one of the ladies we see the CMLL representative, and the Mercedes, of course, got in her face. It was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time one of these ladies were gonna go at it. We're also going to see the Young Bucks taking on Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong on Collision. Obviously, we're going to see my other client, Max Caster, do his open challenge in Glasgow. And then we got an 8-man tag team match. We have Scorpio Sky, Top Flight, taking on members of the Don Callis family. And we see Konosuke Takeshita taking on Ishii this Saturday, but it looks like Mercedes and Athena got the last laugh, and I'm a little bit concerned about Toni. Takahashi. So thank you for that, Boza. Wrestle Dynasty rematch. Oh my God. I'm just very concerned about my client, Toni Storm. Not the way I wanted to end Dynamite, but it does give an upper hand to Mercedes and Athena. But this is how we close off Dynamite before Forbidden Door. And let me see if I can pull up the results for tonight. This is pretty much the final Dynamite before we get to Scotland. I'm in Scotland. So we kicked off with Will Osprey meeting face to face with Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. Yeah, I know. I'm concerned. We will be talking about Toni later on, but Will Osprey, he met face to face with Jon Moxley, and they both had a lot of words to say leading up to Forbidden Door in his home country of London, England. So Jon definitely had a few words to say. Hold on, let me see. Okay, here we go. So we kicked off the show with Bryan Danielson. He came in as a guest commentator for this week. And we did see Hangman Adam Page come in the building. We see, Will Osprey making an appearance, and Osprey telling a story about his early career in Scotland. And he did mention he wasn't cleared for Forbidden Door, but the match is unsanctioned, and he's comfortable with the risk to his health. He says he may not be the same after he gets surgery, but he's going to leave it all in the ring this weekend. Jon Moxley comes in and interrupts Will Osprey as they stand face to face. And Osprey did not back down. It pretty much got to a point, kicking it off. It just got straight to the point. We did see a report floating around where some of the people participating in this match, they're banged up, they're hurt. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit crazy, but also I think after this, hopefully Will Osprey does get a lot of rest coming in, gets a lot of rest, because they're probably going to need him before, I don't want to say the year is up, but I do always say health first before anything else. We shall see. But then we transition right into the trios match of the Death Riders taking on JetSpeed and Hiroshi Tanahashi making an appearance just leading up to Forbidden Door. It was a really solid opener. Really nice for all 6 teams to get involved. Of course, we did see Marina Shafir banned and Will Osprey putting his touch in it. Solid back and forth. And we did see Gabe Kidd and the rest of Bullet Club coming in to help out the Death Riders. But Tanahashi and JetSpeed got the win. But the aftermath, it was just filled with chaos because you had the Death Riders, you had Bullet Club coming in, the Young Bucks coming in, but we did see a surprise appearance from Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong taking out the Young Bucks. We saw Darby Allin because we thought Marina Shafir was in that body bag, but it was really Darby Allin that came in. We also got to see the Ops come in and help out in a way since they've been feuding with the Death Riders for the last couple months. This is going to pretty much end in chaos, but it does lead up to the main event. I would think this is the main event for this weekend, but it was pretty much a brawl that left out. And then, of course, we see Tony Schiavone. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer, thank you for joining on this watch along. We do see Tony Schiavone bringing out I'm not going to call them by their names. I'm going to call them Edge and Christian. And apparently it looks like since they both know each other so well, and also I just realized the last time Edge and Christian faced off, like tag team together in a pay-per-view was back in 2001 in Invasion. That was pay-per-view match. TV, I know they teamed together on TV back in 2011, but that was the last time they teamed up in a pay-per-view together. Obviously, they both did a promo leading up to their match this weekend against Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne. But apparently, Nick Wayne said he was injured and could not compete at a Forbidden Door. But it's also going to be very curious because will he still be ready to go? Because he has to compete at Death Before Dishonor for Ring of Honor. And he said he was a step ahead and he brought out the returning kill switch. If you remember from a couple months ago, he had very much of a health scare that we did not think he would even make it back into the ring. But we saw kill switch making his way to the ring to take out both Edge and Christian. And it is official. It will be the two Edge and Christian taking on Kip Sabian and Kill Switch. We also did have FTR and Brodido on the finals for the tag team tournament for the AEW World Tag Team titles, where the winner of that match will meet the Hurt Syndicate this weekend. It was a very good match. I very am happy. I am very curious. Yeah, I think when he had crutches, it looked like he was seriously hurt. So that's why it was really hard. Because like I said, if he's seriously hurt, I'm very curious on what they're going to do with their match at Ring of Honor. So we shall see on that. It was a very good match, Boza. It was a very good match with a tag team match. I was very happy to see tag team wrestling come in. Obviously, that Weasel Stokely got into his hands. And I think, and I don't want to say this with the Hurt Syndicate, but it looks like they kind of didn't take it very seriously. I kind of would, considering you're facing off against Brodido and you're facing off against FTR, who's a former AEW Tag Team Champions. Now, since they've won the titles, they have not faced a tag team that's former Tag Team Champions since they won the titles. Don't give me any excuse with the Acclaimed, because that was back in January. Let's be very clear on that. I'm talking about when they started their reign as Tag Team Champions. They have never faced off against a team that's been a former Tag Team Champion. And FTR is one of them. So the match was really good. It ended in a draw. I'm not a huge fan of ending it in draws because it just really sucks. I was not happy with the results, but we are going to get a three-way match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. The Hurt Syndicate take it on FTR and Brodido this weekend. Who knows? I just hope Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin don't intimidate them, especially FTR, because those two teams, I would not intimidate. Those are the last two teams I would be not facing off, and you kind of bite more than you could chew. So we shall see on that. We also got to see Hangman Adam Page making his entrance and, talking about MJF ahead of their match. But apparently it looks like MJF is going to be working with the Gates of Agony and Ricochet, since they both have a dislike for Mark Briscoe. And apparently he made a demand with Hangman Adam Page in the ring. Pretty much, if he didn't meet his demands, they held poor Mark Briscoe hostage. The Gates of Agony, Ricochet, MJF held poor Mark Briscoe hostage and pretty much gave him a demand. It's pretty much a title would change hands on a disqualification or count out, and he would not have to use his title match contract to get to the match, and Hangman agreed. Hangman agreed right before that. I think it was kind of a little bit of lazy booking in that, because where are we going with this? And also with the fact too, I know Mark Briscoe still has issues. Well, not just MJF, he also has issues with Ricochet too. So we shall see on that. Also, as I said, do not be shocked if Mystico tries to screw MJF this weekend, with the fact that MJF ambushed him last week at Ring of Honor. And also they have a match ahead of the 92nd anniversary of their CMLLPLE event. So there's going to be a lot of layers to this, especially with Hangman. And I get, it's his first title defense, but where are we going with this? Where are we going? And I just hope they do justice on Hangman's title defense. It's a lot more better than his first time. So we shall see on that. And also we get to the main event. My clients, Windstorm, Alex Windsor, and Toni Storm taking on Mercedes and Athena. This is a rarity that we have ladies closing out the show, and especially with big match complications. There's a lot happening with all four of these ladies. It was a really good, solid match. I was very happy to see the dynamic of it, but I know people are concerned with Toni Storm because Athena gave a nasty pile driver onto the steel steps. And soon enough, Alex Windsor took the pinfall from Athena because apparently it was crazy saying Mercedes wasn't legal. But that's a whole conversation for that. Athena and Mercedes steal the victory, but, them two, along with Billy Starks, are riding high. And it little concerns me with Alex and Toni. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to do everything else because Toni will be fine. It's just the most dangerous you could put her is when she has her back against the wall. That's the most dangerous you're going to see her if you have her back against the wall. So, like I said, a lot of these ladies have important matches before Forbidden Door. Obviously, Mercedes, she's going to be having independent matches on Friday and Saturday, right before Forbidden Door. I just hope her body doesn't give out and be ready to go for Sunday. But we now know the representatives from CMLL and Stardom. We saw the representative from CMLL happen during the main event. It's going to be a really good fatal four-way match. A lot can happen. But I did say sooner or later Mercedes is going to have a character turn. She's going to go unhinged because she looked like she saw a ghost with Toni, considering she's the only woman to give her her first clean loss. So we shall see on that, especially with Mercedes and everything else. But that is how we closed out AEW Dynamite from Scotland. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. It kind of did what it needed to do. Nothing too crazy, nothing everything else. There were some good spots in there. I was very happy they ended with the ladies. Of course, they had to kick off with a lot of mayhem happening, but I gave it a solid 8.5 out of 10. It did what it needed to do, getting people interested in Forbidden Door this weekend, where it'll be in London, England. But I give it an 8.5. So that wraps up another weekly edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday with your PR princess, your Timeless Elite, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me. It has been fun. I did say this on my socials. You can always follow me on @CourtneyNJ11 on Instagram and Twitter, because not only wrestling content, I'll be posting a lot of pageant content soon, because I do a lot more than just wrestling. I mean, I love wrestling, but I have a lot of other interests outside of the wrestling world. But there'll be more happening. Please make sure to follow ISPW, because yours truly is on the announcer's desk, and we got a lot of stuff happening in the fall. We also have 90s Wrestling Con. Myself and Honey will be there in Jersey, so feel free to do that. Make sure to follow all the hosts on WWT doing their thing. Make sure to check out the Kayfabe podcast that's happening with my other siblings on the block. And also, I'm trying to think if I forgot everything. Oh, I just realized. So, breaking news, and I'm going to keep reminding everybody of this. There is no Timeless Elite Wednesday next week, because yours truly will be at AEW Dynamite live. She will be there live because they kick off their residency in Philadelphia. So I'm very excited for that. So I will be out, and fortunately, you may have to deal with the mayor taking over for me next week. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we shall see. We shall see what happens. But this wraps up another edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday with me. It's been very fun with all of you because we got to go to Scotland for the first time with AEW Dynamite. And thank you for joining Timeless Elite. And thank you for following Women's Wrestling Talk. I also want to shout out to everybody in the chat too. Our producer from the future, Dylan, came out. Jennifer, Boza, Aaron Teagle, Nathan Campbell, Eddie Foster, Terry M. I want to make sure. Matthew Bunyan. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining on this watch along of Timeless Elite Wednesday, and shout out to all of you. And make sure to follow Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening. Be safe. And I will see you on Friday.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WWTalkpod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.